Travis?
Yeah, Kev?
It feels like it was only a year ago we were talking about WrestleMania 32.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was.
It's true.
We just finished watching WrestleMania 33.
We did indeed. And it was kind of good.
Slimy but satisfying.
That's a porn.
No, it's The Lion King. It's slimy yet satisfying.
Oh, it's Grub. Yeah, so, you know...
Which ironically also made an appearance at WrestleMania.
You're right. You're right, it did. Yeah, WrestleMania was, you know...
It was literally the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, it was the most... It was a little all over the place.
It was the best train wreck it could have been.
That's...
Minus the performance by Pitbull.
Yeah, I barely watched that. I was writing stuff down.
There was a lot of booty in that video.
It's on the network. I might go back and watch it. Yeah.
You'll want to watch the booty.
So, we started the pre-show with the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yes.
And
that's my...
biggest gripe?
Maybe second biggest gripe of the whole show.
Yeah. Because they killed it. Aries and Neville went out there to prove a fucking point. Yes. And the fact that they had to start the entire show is...
And they got the crowd going.
They did. You know, it was right off the bat, you know, started with good energy. Both of them taking some crazy bumps. I mean, which is to be expected for a Cruiserweight Championship match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very solid match. I think there might have only been like one flub throughout the entirety of it, and it was just one of those things that's going to happen when you're moving as fast as these guys do. But I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I was very impressed with this match. And Austin Aries, despite trying with the 450, despite doing everything that Austin Aries does, was unable to capture the Cruiserweight Championship, as Neville would actually have to go to the last thing in his arsenal, and that is the Red Arrow, still the best protected finisher in the business,
yes,
and pick up the win and retain the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah, well, I predicted for Aries to win, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We both went for Aries.
And at the same time, I'm not mad, because I feel like Neville is currently adding legitimacy to the Cruiserweight Championship.
He really is.
Because the first few champions were kind of bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
We need somebody that has stature, because Neville already has a decent 2-year run on the WWE main roster now.
Yeah, debuted the night after 31, except for the time that he was off for injury, but that's what really kind of started this heel push.
As, I mean, he's been on WWE now since the night after 31,
mm-hmm.
and so as far as like the current day WWE fans, out of anyone on the Cruiserweight roster, he's probably the most well known.
Absolutely.
So to have him be carrying the division is kind of a good idea.
Yeah. How much do we want to say about this next match?
This was the Battle Royal?
Yep. Because I don't have very many positive things to say about it.
I mean, I was a little actually surprised to see Killian Dane in the top 3.
I was impressed by that, and the fact that he was literally added Saturday night.
Yeah. Not the best Battle Royal booking, because you had like the 3 big Battle Royal threats in Big Show, Braun Strowman, and Mark Henry, all eliminated fairly early into the match.
And all pretty close together too.
Yeah.
Because that was the only decent booking, is that everyone in the Battle Royal realized, oh, these are the threats, get them out. And that made sense. But it kind of just became a very one-dimensional match after that.
Yeah, so when it came down to the end, we were all kind of hoping for Sami Zayn to pull it out, because he was in the final 4, I think.
He was my pick.
It ended up leaving us with a poor taste in our mouth because the last two survivors in the ring were one of my least favorite wrestlers, Mojo Rawley,
and one of my least favorite wrestlers in
Jinder
Jinder
Mahal.
Mahal.
Thanks to a run-in from the New England Patriots, Rob Gronkowski, Mojo Rawley won the Battle Royal.
It's a tainted victory.
It is a tainted victory.
He's the only person to use outside help to win the match.
Also, interestingly enough, though, he's the only person that was a babyface to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at the time of when they won.
True, because Cesaro was heel, and so was Big Show.
Because Big Show was with the Authority.
Yep, and then eliminated Sandow for the finish.
Yeah, and then Baron Corbin's always been heel.
Baron Corbin's still a heel.
Yeah. So the only babyface to win the trophy is in a tainted manner.
Interesting how that works. Speaking of Baron Corbin...
And fuck you, who was it, Booker T or whatever, that said dumping the baggage that was Zack Ryder?
Yeah. You're a 4-time WCW champion now. We're taking one away. Just for that comment. Yeah.
Shucky Ducky, no.
Shucky Ducky, fuck off. But yeah, as I was saying, speaking of former Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, Baron Corbin would, unfortunately, due to the outburst from Twitter moving the SmackDown Women's Championship back up to the main card, therefore Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose would be regulated to the pre-show main event for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Initially, I was very upset at this, but seeing what they put out was probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything special in this match.
I mean, they both tried hard.
It was
a good match.
It wasn't a bad match.
No.
There just wasn't anything special for it.
Which, I mean, that could even be kind of given the fact that they were put back down in the pre-show. They could kind of get a little bummed.
Baron Corbin looked a little more angry than usual when he came out.
Yeah, this was, I think I said this in the predictions, this was the match I thought should have been on the pre-show.
I think you might have said that.
Or maybe, it's one of the past videos, I think over the last week, I mentioned that I think this match should be on the pre-show. On the fact that it wasn't given to us as Dean Ambrose's redemption for the 15-minute squash match that he took part in last year against Lesnar.
Yeah.
He did win.
Yeah, the ending was cool.
Yeah.
It's something we've seen before, but I don't think we've seen Dean Ambrose do it.
Yeah.
Backflipping out of the End of Days and hitting the Dirty Deeds. So he is still the Intercontinental Champion, which gives me a point. But yeah, it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
No.
Which is unfortunate because I like both of the guys. It's my favorite championship, and me personally, just because of my bias on everything there, I expect more out of it.
Yeah. And this kind of brought me to my biggest issue with the show. And it's kind of unfortunate because it was a double-edged sword. It was because it was the SmackDown Women's Championship getting moved up.
Yeah, they lost a lot of time.
Caused it, because everything went so long, it caused the SmackDown Women's Championship match to be super short.
Yeah, and I remember you saying while we were at the party that had they been the main event, which they probably would have been, it probably would have gotten a lot more time on the pre-show, which is very true. Though WrestleMania did go over an extra hour. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's talk about the main card. Opening up, surprisingly, Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles opened the show.
I would have been satisfied if this would have been the main event.
I would have been satisfied if this was anywhere on the card, because this match was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I went into this with very little expectations, because this was one of those on-the-fence matches where I was like, this could be an amazing match, or this could be a total shit show.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how,
It's a clash of styles.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
It's, AJ or Shane's had not been in like a regular match since his return.
Yeah.
Which has literally only been 2 matches. He got to share all the spotlight at Survivor Series.
True.
And he had the Hell in a Cell against Undertaker.
Right.
And then even all of it, like his more notable matches in the past with Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle were like street fights.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of was his thing. I mean, like, the only real matches he ever had were the ones against X-Pac, I think.
Yeah. With a lot of interferences in those, too.
Yeah.
But Shane held his own on the wrestling game.
Fact that, like, he started that match and wrestled more than I have ever seen him wrestle before was amazing. It was so much fun to watch, and AJ was like, What is this? What are you're capable of this? What's going on? And then, in the same fashion, Mike Chioda ends up getting taken out later in the match with a big kick to the head from AJ, and AJ is the one who introduces the weapons to the match.
Yeah.
So it was a very flip-flop of roles, which was nice. And they complemented each other very well. They took crazy bumps on either end. Initially it was AJ trying to go for
coast to coast,
the coast to coast springboard elbow kind of thing, and getting the garbage can to the face, and then Shane taking that and being able to do his coast to coast and actually hitting it. The leap of faith elbow drop where AJ got the hell out of dodge and Shane just went straight through the table. Gnarly attempt at a Styles Clash that Shane took.
Yeah.
Like crunching one arm underneath him because he couldn't quite get that second one hooked around AJ's leg.
Yeah.
But, yeah, some great moments all the way through this match. Hard fought from both of them. And then Shane. I mean, as if he hadn't already done enough. This motherfucker goes for a shooting star press that I don't think I've ever seen Shane go for.
Yeah. I think I've seen him go for a 450 splash.
I've seen him go for the 450 before. I've never seen him attempt a shooting star. He completes it, just AJ's not there to take it.
No, a water in the pool, as they say.
Yeah, and so he ends up staggering back to his feet, getting hit with the phenomenal forearm, and AJ Styles picks up his first win at WrestleMania. So that's a point for both of us.
And the crowd was super behind AJ.
Yeah, it was I think, here's a quick prediction for what I think is going to happen going forward. I think this might be the catalyst to make AJ a babyface again. Because I think after this match there might be a moment where AJ says that he respects Shane and they kind of make amends.
Probably.
So we start building AJ as a babyface going into
either that or, like, they pay in the next pay-per-view that they're going to have Extreme Rules. I'd be like, yeah, now we're going to have a street fight.
Yeah, maybe.
I doubt it. I think they're going to be friends now.
Alright, cool. We followed that up with the United States Championship match. Chris Jericho defending against Kevin Owens. And I don't think I needed any more out of this. I think this told the story really well.
It told the story. It was just a great combination of a tough veteran wrestler, super technical savvy, and a brash, still new in the realm of WWE.
Right.
Kevin Owens, kind of battling it off. A clash of eras, a clash of styles.
And some good personal issues.
Yeah, they complemented each other really well. Yeah, and like you said, they told the story that needed to be told.
Yeah, it was, you obviously have the aggression from Kevin Owens, but you could tell that there was a I need revenge type of mentality from Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And, and that continued.
I felt it in his light up scarf.
Oh, yeah. And his giant inflatable list of Jericho. It was...
I don't even think that was an inflatable list of Jericho.
No.
I think they just repurposed the Bootios box.
They just wrapped it in a silver tarp.
Yeah, and put the list of Jericho
wrote list of Jericho on it. Yeah, no, this was everything I could have hoped for from this match. Both guys had some amazing moments. This was not only a great little potential send off for Jericho, depending on how involved he is in the next couple months, but also a very good new platform for Kevin Owens to be on.
Yeah.
As he won his first United States Championship, and is once again a champion on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, KO Mania.
This was a great finish. It was like Jericho really had Owens on the ropes.
Yeah,
and
it's a good finish.
Had some great moments, and as Jericho was trying to get out of the ring, Owens ended up grabbing his leg, like sticking it in the ropes, super kicked his knee, which made him tumble out. Then a powerbomb on the apron, rolling Jericho back in, and Kevin Owens picks up the win. So,
which also is a good build for that move. The powerbomb on the apron.
Yeah.
Because we're going right back to the move that he used that took Jericho out for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, and it was the first big impact that he made in the company, regardless, when he took out Sami Zayn with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, a good callback, and yeah, this is a good push forward.
We're building him as another threat on Monday Night Raw,
which is really good. Following that up, we had our first of 2 women's championship matches, that being the fatal four-way elimination match from Monday Night Raw. Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, and Nia. I wasn't disappointed with this match either.
No. There were a couple of sloppy moments.
Yeah.
But, I mean, ask almost any wrestler, and once you get more than 2 people in the ring at once, things get a lot harder to remain smooth.
Mm-hmm. A lot of bodies to try and get around.
And you started off exactly with what they needed to start off with, which was Nia dominating all 3 other competitors.
I enjoyed the way how dominant she was, because she had moments where she wasn't the one that was doing the attacking. She was very much the one who was being ganged up on.
Yeah,
it was an immediate agreement between Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, get her out, and Nia did a great job trying to fend off the entire attack.
Yeah.
The first one I loved was when she clotheslined Charlotte and Bayley and just ran over Sasha all at the same time. That was a great moment there. Nia,
she looked super dominant.
Nia did a great job in this match. She did what she needed to do. I mean, she obviously wasn't going to win, but she did what she needed to do in her first WrestleMania match.
Yeah, and then she took a gnarly bump on this double back suplex from Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah,
that was instigated by a pump kick from Charlotte.
Yeah, and then that was followed up very closely by a Shield-esque powerbomb by all 3 ladies as well.
Yeah.
And then a dog pile onto Nia, and she was the first one eliminated. So then the match starts picking up because we've got the 3 smaller women in the ring.
Yeah.
And
then we get basically the best of kind of the spots for the 3 ladies.
Immediately Charlotte and Sasha go back at each other. As soon as Bayley is taken out, it's all of the best little moments from Charlotte and Sasha are tossed back in there.
Essentially everything that we've seen from these ladies before. I guess with maybe the exception of Sasha doesn't do the little double knees move in the corner anymore, where she puts them all on the ropes.
Yeah,
and smashes them down.
Yeah, she didn't do that at all in this match.
But Charlotte...
I think the fact that she doesn't harbor any ill will towards Bayley is why it didn't happen.
Yeah. But we had Charlotte with the corkscrew moonsault,
which she does that so well. That's so good.
Yeah. Lots of good stuff. It was fun.
This next elimination though wasn't as well executed as it could have been, because there was Charlotte getting frustrated and trying to expose the turnbuckle, but she didn't quite get the turnbuckle pad off.
Yeah.
It was still very much secured. She moved it slightly,
Well, she ripped one side off. It was only attached by one string on the side nearest the ramp.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it was, had she gotten it all the way off, it would have been a much more impactful moment, but still, I mean, a creative, and Sasha trying to get no Connor roll on Charlotte. Charlotte shoving her off face first into the turnbuckle, and Charlotte eliminates Sasha Banks, leaving Charlotte and Bayley, just as you predicted, to finish off the match. And I mean, there's Charlotte versus Bayley.
Yeah, it was, a lot of Charlotte working over the knee, getting ready for the figure eight.
Which she got on. No interference from Dana. There was
which was good.
Not even a presence of Dana, which I think.
Not saying that a presence from Dana would have been bad, but it would have. We didn't need the finish of this match to be tainted.
Yeah, we didn't need another. This is why Bayley won, and not because she's good.
Yeah, Bayley was stuck up in the tree of woe. She ended up throwing Charlotte off.
Yeah.
The top rope, and hitting the Macho Man elbow drop.
Yeah, which she throws a good elbow drop.
Head. Charlotte bounced.
Yeah.
Boom.
With that Macho Man elbow, Bayley is still the Raw Women's Champion. Very cool. I keep forgetting how many title matches there actually were, because we followed that up with the triple threat ladder match for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
And,
this was definitely the shocker of the night.
Okay, so just kind of a little insight in our group of friends. We all, we do our predictions for this, but then whoever's at our WrestleMania party, we get their predictions as well. And when you see the punishment video for this particular episode, our buddy 911,
the cameraman
said that I listed the people who were in the match, and he's like, going with the Hardys, and we're like, okay, the Hardys were just in a ladder match at Supercard of Honor, so okay. And so all three teams come down, and match doesn't get started because the New Day come out as the hosts and announce that.
Well, not as the hosts. They came out in their gear.
True. They were already kind of in gear, and they're like, hey, there's a fourth team in this. This match is now a fatal four-way. Kofi starts taking his hat off.
Yeah, he's like, who do you think that last team's going to be? And then the New Day start to slowly walk down the ramp.
Yeah, they get a few steps, but not... Oh my god. The fucking Hardy Boys return to WrestleMania. Jesus. What the fuck?
Things are about to be broken.
Thank you, Michael Cole.
I never thought I'd hear you say that word.
I never thought I'd ever say that, but... The fact that we were so hyped about what was happening...
We didn't actually hear it.
We didn't hear it. We literally, just before this video started recording, we kind of saw a look back at that moment when the Hardys came back. And the fact that Michael Cole said, things are about to be broken, I was like, that was brilliant. I don't know if you came up with that line or if it was Vince, but somebody did a damn good job of using that line. The fucking Hardys are back in WWE. Ladder match insanity ensues from this point on.
Yeah.
There's so much happening. There are people getting thrown onto ladders. There are people getting ladders thrown at them. There are people... And I liked... at one point, Jeff and I think Sheamus were crushed in between the two ladders, and then by Cass and Gallows, and then Cass actually chucked Enzo over the ladders onto Gallows.
Yeah.
Anything, the Hardy Boys doing Hardy Boy stuff. I mean, we just talked about how slow they look. And I didn't see a whole lot of slow in the Hardys in this match, particularly.
No, but
it might be the fact that it's WrestleMania.
We could be. I'm hedging a little bit here because, one, when we're talking about how slow they look, we're comparing them to the Young Bucks and the Briscoes.
That's true.
we're not comparing them to the current WWE product, which doesn't move quite as fast as the independent scene.
That's true.
Had it maybe been a one-on-one match between them and, like, say, Sheamus and Cesaro or the New Day, they might look a little...
That's fair.
Outdone.
That's fair.
But, as far as when you have that moment where... Because when you're in a ladder match, your strength and your speed and your agility is essentially negated because it's no rules.
Right.
You know? As much as you can throw somebody, or as fast as you can run, or as high as you can jump, somebody can just knock you out of the air with a ladder.
Yeah.
So basically everyone's on even ground at this point.
Yeah.
Except for maybe, I guess the only thing that comes in handy in a match like this is experience.
Like
and it did.
Because after a succession of moves that take out Enzo and Gallows and Anderson, there is... Oh, Anderson got taken out with the Twist of Fate off the top of the ladder by Matt Hardy. And then, while that's happening, Jeff, of course, with the two ladders set up from the ring to the barricade with both Sheamus and Cesaro on them, swantons off the top through both men, and Matt Hardy climbs the ladder, and the Hardys, just 24 hours after losing the ROH Tag Team titles, are the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
Unfucking real. I'm excited for Raw. It's weird.
That's a thing.
I don't know, man. WrestleMania actually shocked me in a good way.
But, that was the surprise moment that we wanted from the Royal Rumble that we didn't get.
Yes, it was.
Which, as far as you're looking at the WWE titles, that gives them their, 8th championship within the company.
Wow.
Because they were 6-time WWE/F Tag Team Champions. While in WWE, they won the WCW Tag Team titles once, and now they're the Raw Tag Team Champions. So this is their 8th run as Tag Team Champions in WWE/F.
Holy shit. Congratulations, and welcome back to the Hardys.
Yeah. It really shakes up the Raw Tag Team division in a way that it needed to be.
Yes. Desperately. Because now there's a whole new group of people that can face the Hardys.
Yeah. Because if you look at the main tag team division right now on Raw, you have those teams, Sheamus and Cesaro, the Club, the New Day, and Enzo and Cass. I think the only one...
Shining Stars and Gold Tree.
They're there, but they're really not part of the division. The only ones out of those 4 teams, though, that have ever really tussled with any of the Hardys was Kofi from the New Day.
Seriously?
Pretty much. Sheamus...
Maybe
Sheamus might have, come across the path of
Sheamus
Matt
and
Hardy.
Kofi debuted around the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I think they are the only two. Well,
yeah, but I don't recall.
You know what? Gallows and Anderson have probably faced them.
New Day or something, but not in WWE is what I'm saying.
Yeah, in WWE it's probably just.
What I'm saying is we're about to see a bunch of fresh tag team matches.
On Raw? What?
Yeah.
What is this insanity? It's broken brilliance is what it is.
Delete.